Hello everyone, my name is Jerry Squires. I'm a comfort engineer with Tasco Air Conditioning here in San Antonio, Texas. I'm here today to talk to you about an airflow performance test and the benefits of having one done. The airflow performance test that we use is a flow hood, and we take this to every register in your house to measure how much air is actually circulating through each register. CPS Energy actually has rebates coming back to do this very test right now. They can qualify you for up to $2,500 in rebates coming back on whatever the cost of the ductwork is. The way that we qualify you for that is we take this through every register in your house to find out how much air is going through the registers throughout the entire home. We take that to a calculation for how much CFMs of air, cubic feet per minute of air is actually coming out of the unit itself. And if we can show through our calculations that you're losing 20% of your airflow due to bad ductwork, then we can actually qualify you for up to $2,500 in rebates back from CPS Energy. Okay, now we've actually got the system turned on, and we've actually got the flow hood put up to one of the registers here. We're going to measure the cubic feet per minute of air coming through this register. We do this test 3 times per register and then take an average of all 3 readings. First reading is 115. Second reading is 116. Third reading is 116, so we take the average and average it out to be about 116 CFMs of air coming through that register. And we also do this for every register in the home. Alright, the next step in the process of doing your flow hood test would be to take your wet bulb temperature. So we've got to take a wet bulb temperature out of your supply, and we've actually got to take a wet bulb temperature in your return. And what this does is the wet bulb temperature will tell us how much humidity is actually in the air and how much humidity is being pushed out by the system itself. So we've got this fancy little thermometer that we put up in here, put it on our wet bulb setting, and let it read. Generally takes about 1 minute for it to regulate. And the best time to do this is when we're running in the cool mode. That's when you're going to get the most humidity in the air, the most moisture in the air. That's when the coil is cold, you're blowing warm air across the coil to evaporate water, so it will actually tell us what the humidity level is in the home in the hottest part of the year. Right now we're about 55.9 degrees of the wet bulb temperature out of our supply. Next step is if we look over here, we've got our return. That's where the air is actually sucked up into the unit and blows across the coil itself and then dispersed throughout the rest of the house. So we would actually take our wet bulb temperature and our return. We've got about 54.5, which, like I said, it's right now the system is just turned on to fan mode, so we're just blowing air through the system itself. It's outdoor ambient temperature about 30 degrees at this point, so we can't really run the AC. But what we do with the wet bulb temperatures, we write them down, we do our calculations, and then it'll actually tell us how much humidity is in the air in the home.